Well, here we are then, guys. A couple of my subscribers have messaged me via Messenger and that. Obviously follow me on Facebook, asking me to do a proper video. Well, here we are. Decided to take a bit of time out from chasing big carp. I'm going to go on the Ballast Pit. It's in my hometown of Tonbridge. You know, fished it for years. Not so much these days because obviously I'm usually out there chasing big carp around. But we're going to give it a go. Just going to get out of the van now and see if we can go and see something before we get the gear out. Fingers crossed we do. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well guys, as you can see, I'm back in the van. Fishing the lights, the Essex manner and that, where you know, you don't have to take your nets and your unhooking mats and all that. Well, today I decided to go and try and do a little video for you. I leave my net and my unhooking mats and my slings at home, so I've now decided to go to McDonald's. Now I've got my nets and that, I'm going to get McDonald's, have something to eat, because then I'm going to be rushing against time to get my rods out before dark. So hopefully once I'm set up, I'll have a chat with you, whether it's in the dark or not. Right guys, we've arrived. We're on the Ballast Pit after the mess up, leaving the mat, landing nets and the slings at home. But we're on the lake now. We found a few fish. There's a bit of bubbling. Sort of close in. If you see the trunks of them trees, there's sort of bubbling coming up every now and then. Short. Yeah, so they've definitely found a few out in front of us. I've only got the one rod and the rest at the moment. Just getting the bait prepared and can make sure the rods are out before dark. But I don't want to go in all guns blazing at the moment. Don't want to spook them. But yeah, they're here. Definitely a few fish here. Yes. So fingers crossed. Unfortunately the wind's got up, it's not so easy to see the bubbling, but there's a little bit there just come up right on them trunks. Yeah, still very faint bubble here and there coming up out there, but there was loads. There is still a little bit out there now. Keep an eye on them trunks very closely. You will see a little bit of fizzing here and there. Yeah, there's a bit there now, look. Bit of fizzing right on one of them trunks there now. So there's always something to see in the winter. You've just got to keep your eyes peeled. So yeah, there it is, still in between them two trunks then. Like I say, there's always something to see even this time of year, so. Right guys, just checking in. On the Old Ballast Pit, as you know, earlier was a bit of a disaster where I left my mat and everything at home. I suppose it's just part and parcel when you get used to fishing somewhere else. Where they supply the mats and the slings, it's bound to happen, I suppose. But yeah, like I say, we're on the Old Ballast Pit. Been a long time since I've bottom fished this. Done a little bit earlier in the year, a little bit of surface fishing. Had fish up to around about £20, but there's a fish in here that I haven't caught. Lovely old fish, big pecks, big leathery old fish. Goes around about 33. That's the biggest one in here. Some lovely scaly 20s and all that. So. Be nice to get amongst them in this session, but it's up past 5, pitch black now. I think it's the 8th or 9th of December. Rods are out on the spots. Earlier, if you look back over on the clips earlier, you notice I found a bit of bubbling. Yeah, so Took me a while to get the rods out, but put a bit of bait out, put 3 rods all on the same spot for now. You can fish 3 rods on here as from the 1st of October. Use 3 at the moment. If it does get too hectic, I can't imagine it this time of year, but if it gets too hectic I'll go down to 2. But tomorrow when it's daylight we'll have another catch up. Yeah, we'll have another catch up, and I'll go through rigs and bits and pieces and let you know how it's got on. Yeah, not heard anything, like I say, just the bubbling so far, but rods are on the dance floor, and we'll see what the night brings. Yeah, I'll try and get it on film in the night. All my filming at the moment's on my phone, so but yeah, I'll do my best. If I have one in the night, I'll do my best to get it on film. Catch up with you soon. Right. We're back with a quick update. It's not quite 1 o'clock in the morning, almost. But yeah, the baiting has worked. Had a couple of bream earlier to start things off, and I've just literally put the net under one. I haven't got a clue how big it is. Don't think it's very big, but it's absolutely rashing down. I'm going to get out there in a minute, get my little brolly up in a minute, and sort it out. Still, happy days, one in the bag. Cup of tea for a celebratory, I think. Well, there you go, guys. First one of this session. Only a little one, so we're not going to waste time. We're just going to get them straight back. Early hours of the morning, so we're not going to mess about getting cameras and that set up. Lovely pretty fish though. But yeah, that's it. Let's get him back. Happy days. Morning all. Relatively quiet night, just one little common. Just as the rain started last night. Other than that, very quiet. No more liners after that, nothing. Rain stopped just before light this morning. So fingers crossed something will occur today. Look, be watching for the fizzing again today. See if I can find them either out here or anywhere else. See if it's move on the cards, but there's only one other angler on and he's not caught anything, so there's obviously fish out here last night. Maybe the rain just put them down a bit. It quite often does when it's drops a bit of cold water in, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll have a catch up with you later on. Show you what rigs I'm using, how I'm approaching it and that sort of thing. First things first, cup of tea. Catch up with you in a bit. And there we go. Just the rig of choice is just a short running rig. Small yellow pop up. I've got pink, white and yellow. And yeah, just as simple as that. Might have to swap and change depending. I mean, I did have maggot rigs on last night, but bream seemed to be very interested in them. The only bite I had from a carp was the only rod I had a pop up on, so they've all been switched to it now, so fingers crossed. But yeah, that is it. £15 for a carbon hook length to a running rig. Let's get it out there, fingers crossed. Well guys, like I say, there really ain't much to report at the minute. It's 1 o'clock. Friday the 11th of December. There's the odd bubble coming up, just single bubbles. I found a spot to the right of the cabbages, the lily pad cabbages. Found a spot to the right of the swim. Got 2 rods going across to where I had a few bites from last night. But yeah, not seen much. No fizzing like there was yesterday at all yet. But yeah, fingers crossed. Something happened tonight. I put another 15, 18 spoms out, something like that. over the other side. I'm going to put a single on that spot I found earlier, to the right of the cabbages on the bottom. With a bit of bait out there just for dark. See what occurs tonight. A funny feeling it might be night time bites. It can be generally. I don't fish it a lot these days. I don't really know what's been happening. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's looking very, very quiet and still out there at the moment. But as we all know, it can change in a heartbeat. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Just put a mix of bait out again today. I've cut the maggot out a little bit. I don't know whether it's the bream. The bream seemed to definitely take a liking to that last night. So I've dropped it out a little bit, just kept it more crumb, a little bit of corn. Yeah, just fishing running rigs over the top, just trying to nick a bite. Like I say, we've had one already, but it's only a very small con, and it was raining, so I didn't bother to get it out and mess about with it and all that with the camera and that. But I should give you an update in a bit. Well guys, it's happy days, fish number 2. I haven't updated much today because there's been nothing to go on. Haven't seen a lot, but rebaited and there's one in the net. So happy days. Well guys, I think we're on the 12th of December I think now. Oh, that's 11th, sorry, December. Well, here we are guys, proof's in the pudding. If you bring all the fish to the party, the carp will come along. Just had this cracking scaly mirror. Not a big fish, it's double, but I've had 5 bites in the last half hour, 4 from bream, and I had this cracking scaly one. Look at that for a cracking little carp. Happy days. I said it'd be nice to get a scaly one. Didn't care how big it was. Obviously the one I want, the big one, the 30, which is the biggest one in here, would be lovely, but that can wait for another day. It's nice to have a local club lake where you can come on the off chance. And yeah, happy days. Fish number 2. Funny, apart from 2 bream I had in the day today, it's been very quiet. I haven't seen anything. And yeah, all the action seems to be coming at night. Show you the other side, equally as stunning. What a cracking little carp. Right, happy days. Let's try and get some more. Let's get it back. Well guys, quick update. It's just gone 10 o'clock in the evening. Just received my 6th bite for the evening. I've been playing with bream tonight. Obviously I had a little scaly one earlier and 4 bream, but this one weren't no bream. Fishing locked up, getting to the other side, bobbing tilted into the buzzer, picked up the rod, solid resistance, walked back, got it away from the snags. I could tell by the angle it was motoring left because it had already gone over the left hand rod, and made one lunge to try and take line where I stepped forward and the hook pulled. So I mean, yeah, that's fishing, but yeah, you know, the lake's got quite a few smaller fish in it, and when you hook one of them ones that actually want to drag you forward, you know it's going to be a half decent fish. So gutted, but you know, fingers crossed, still only early evening. Just got the rod back, just wrapped the rod back up, got it on the money, fishing 13 wraps to the bush opposite. Fingers crossed we'll get another chance. Failing that, I could be back for another 48 on here next week, which I'll also do a bit of filming. I've only got a couple of days on next week work wise. Yeah, so there's every chance Tuesday, Wednesday I should be able to get back. Yeah, because I think it's only Monday and Friday I've got next week actually work wise. Then we're off for Christmas anyway, so yeah, hopefully next week I'll get back, do a bit more. Yeah, hopefully get my own back, catch a few more with a bit of luck. Still, we'll have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, get my head down, and I'll catch up with you in the night. Fingers crossed. Right, well it's morning guys. It's gone 5 o'clock in the morning and we've managed another one. It's all too easy to get lazy this time of year, because obviously it's colder, but you know, I had quite a few bites yesterday evening, including the bream. I think this is the 7th one, no, 8th one I think for the night, bite wise. It's all too easy to, oh that's alright, you know, I'm getting bites, but you've got to keep chopping the spots up. But yeah, I mean, again, not a big fish, but it's just proofs in the pudding that if you keep trying, keep going, the bites can keep coming as well. So there you go, look at that little cracker. Like I say, not a big fish, but it's December. Just keep wading through them, try and get the bites, and hopefully the one you want will come along. Yeah, this is like a bar of ice. A lot of cold water coming from the stream lately. And yeah, this you can definitely feel how cold this one is. Still, it's another one in the bag. Happy days. Let's get it back. That side's actually the nicer side. I'll quickly show you that side. December carping. Catch up with you in a bit. Morning all. Nothing else to report. After that one I had just after 5 o'clock this morning. Just repositioned the right hand rod, because the one I had on it yesterday early evening, it looked like it was a few foot out of position, so I've just repositioned that one. Yeah, fingers crossed last few hours now, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll keep you updated if anything else happens. Liner on that rod, well, that's it. But yeah, if I have any more before I go, I'll keep you updated. If not, I hope you like the video. If you do, give us a thumbs up. Maybe think about subscribing. And I'll see you all soon. Right guys, if you got this far on the video, you would have watched most of my last trip. one thing I've taken from it is, which becomes, you know, quite obvious in the video, is the fact that 90% of the bites, apart from 2 bream, come in the dark. So, you know, if time, you know, is precious, you ain't got much of it, then you could cut your, you know, you could cut your session time down. You know, you could just fish the night, you know, not bother fishing the day, because it certainly seems that on my last trip, it was very black and white. In the day, nothing, hardly any bleeps, hardly any liners. As soon as it turned dark, a completely different ball game. Liners, you know, if you had bait out there for them to eat, there was fish out there, whether it's bream. I think it was bream 80% of the time, but the carp were getting in there as well. So yeah, hope to get out again for a couple of days next week. Hopefully I'll be able to do a bit of filming. And yeah, you know, by all means, you know, follow me on Facebook, Adam Honeyset. Follow me on Instagram, Adam Carp Honeyset. And yeah, by all means, in the comments section, if there's anything in particular you want to, you know, me to do a video on in carp fishing, then let me know in one of the comments below underneath the YouTube video, or send me a message through Facebook, whatever. But yeah, it'd be nice to get a bit of feedback. Hopefully, my videos, one thing's for sure, they can only get better. But we'll keep going all the time. I'm getting nice comments and that, you know, the people saying thanks and that, you know, it's helping them in their carp fishing. That totally outweighs any negativity. So I'm going to carry on, and yeah, I hope you enjoy them in the future. Tight lines. See you soon.